Very much. Well, with me in the studio is Amir Paiva from BBC Persian. Amir, can you talk us through some of these sanctions and what they will entail in terms of the lifting of them?
Well, there are three major set of sanctions: UN sanctions, US sanctions, and those of the EU. UN had 6 UN Security Council resolutions against Iran, 4 of which were imposing sanctions on Iran's nuclear facilities, and some with limited impact on the Iranian economy. Now, they were not very major in terms of the economy of Iran, but all these resolutions lent legitimacy to other states imposing their own individual sanctions. Those will effectively be all annulled, those resolutions. Now, the most important are the US, as we heard. The US bans not only US businesses and people from doing business with Iran, but also says to others, choose between Iran and us. And why it is important? Because the US market is a major market for every business in the world. And everybody, of course, chose the US market. Now the US says, well, if you're doing business with Iran and you're not US citizen and you're not a US company, it's fine from our point of view. And most importantly, of those sanctions are the ones imposed against Iran's central bank. Because of those sanctions, Iran could not transfer any money around the world. The state couldn't receive proceeds of the oil. Last but not least, EU sanctions. The European Union stopped buying Iranian crude and also stopped trading with Iran. Shipping, insurance, they were all stopped. Those sanctions will all be terminated as of this moment.
So what impact has there been, if any, on world markets?
What will happen, because Iran will be able to sell more oil, let me underline, Iran has been selling some oil, even under sanctions. It was permissible, around 1 million barrels. But now Iran can go back to pre-sanction era, when it used to sell twice this amount. So if this oil comes back on stream in the market, in a market which is already flooded by barrels of crude, that means the price of oil can go even lower than what it is, which is one of the lowest in 11 years. It's been traded around $30 a barrel. Another impact it can have is that for Iran itself, it will have access to huge reserves of its own money, estimated somewhere between 30 to 50, some say $100 billion in accounts all around the world. And also Iran can trade with the rest of the world, like I explained, which means foreign businesses, specifically European ones, can now go back to Iranian market, investor, sell to Iranian market.
You've been monitoring social media, I know. What reaction has there been in Iran?
Well, definitely the business community is very, very happy, and that I can see from the tweets. Also, the average Iranian people who've been following it from our Persian service, which had extended coverage of this event because it's so important to Iranians, and they've been tweeting pictures of families sitting watching this big news. So all in all, in general, the Iranians are happy with this development. Of course, this will create quite a lot of expectations, which may not necessarily be met overnight. And that leaves President Rouhani with a very